Right, okay, so I've been asked about your subtraction. So I thought I'd go through these two examples that you see here. You've got 4x minus 2x is where we're going to start. So I want you to think about algebra like this. Here's 4x. Okay, we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, and we got 4. 4x. Now, x is just a number. Okay, so x is just represented as a number. So maybe the number is 5, maybe it's 6, maybe it's 7. We don't know what x is worth. So to make things simpler, we're just going to use a block. We're just going to say this thing is x. So 4x would be this thing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 2x away. Okay, so this would be 2x. 4x, take away 2x, what are we left with? Okay, so let's just do that. We've got 4 something. We're going to take away 2. And what are we left with? We're left with 2. Not 2, but 2x. I had 4 blocks. I took 2 blocks. I'm left with 2 blocks. Okay? Bit more complicated. Here we go. So we're going to do 5a. Okay, so we're going to have 5a. So here's 5a. And we're going to add 3b. Okay, so I'll choose a different color for b. Okay, so we're going to add 3b. We're going to take away 2a. So we're going to just be careful because this is take away. This is subtract 2. And then we're going to add 2b. And what are we left with? Okay, so let's just deal with this first, the a's. So let's just make a note of what we've got in terms of a's. We've got 5a and we've got take away 2a. So let's just think about that carefully. What we're saying is I've got 5a and I'm going to take away 2a. So I'm going to just take this 2 and I'm going to get rid of it. That's the a's taken care of. You can see I've just got this one set of the white blocks. That's my a's dealt with. And now what do we have? We've got 3b. And again, I'll sort of underline this. I'll sort of underline it in a wavy way just to sort of show you the difference between the two. So those are my b's, 3b's plus 2b. And remember, this sign is part of this term. Add 2b is telling me something about this 2b, the fact that I'm adding it to this 3b. So let's just do that. Let's add these together. Okay, so what do we have left over? We've got, remember, the white block was a, so we've got 3a, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5b. And I've got these two things together. I'm not taking away the 5b. I'm not timesing by 5b. I've just got this thing and this thing. And we sort of suggest that in maths by using the plus symbol. I've got this and this. So I've got this, add this. Okay. And that really is how subtraction should be thought of. Think of it as, you know, I've got a certain number of blocks and then I'm taking away a certain number of blocks. And that's leaving me with what I've got left. Okay, so I hope that helps anyone who is struggling with the subtraction. My advice for you is to write the question out and then do it step by step where you underline. So I think maybe I will just finish on one more example. So I think what I'll do is something like we'll do 2a plus 6b minus, we'll say minus 3a minus 2b. For example. Okay, so the first thing that I would want you to do would be to just highlight all your A terms. So you might do it the way I do and just sort of underline. I've got 2A and I've got a minus 3A. Remember, the minus is part of that term. So when you underline or when you highlight, I want you to include the sign. The next thing I want to do is highlight my B terms. So I might just circle. Okay, this is just another way of, you know, grouping together the terms. Okay, so I've grouped together those terms. I might even want to rewrite this. I might just want to put my A terms next to each other. I've got 2A minus 3A. I've got positive 6B minus 2B. All I've done is I've rewritten this expression out, but I've just put the A's next to each other, and I've put the B's next to each other as well. Again, this is just purely for my own benefit, just to make this calculation easier. And you can see how I can just group these things together a bit easier now. Again, this is where conceptually it gets a bit more difficult. If I've got 2A and I take 3A, again, we're going to have a negative there, aren't we? Yeah, so if I've got 2 of something and take away 3, again, if you're not super confident with your negatives, don't worry. You know, we've got 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3. Just draw a little number line. And if I start at 2 and I go down 3, 1, 2, 3, I get to -1. So this would be -1A. And here we've got 6B minus 2B. Again, that's a bit easier, isn't it? 6B take 2B would be 4B. Okay? And there you go. You've got an answer to this question. There's a little bit of housekeeping here, which is -1A. When you're dealing with algebra and you've got an expression like -1A, what we do is we don't tend to write the 1. So we would just write this as -A plus 4B. Now, that's just a convention that mathematicians have in algebra. We don't write a 1. So if the number in front of the letter is a 1, we just don't write it. Okay? You might see that in questions where it's like 4A minus A. That would be 4A. So I've got 4A here. And I'm going to take 1A away, and that's going to leave me with 3A. Okay, so quite a few different ideas in that video there, but I'm hoping that's sort of helped you out.